Well, good evening. Thank you all for joining me here today. I want to talk a little bit about our community and ask for your assistance. You'll see behind me a beautiful 3-month-old little boy, Jiraiya Cherry. We're going to talk a little bit about Jiraiya, a situation that we found ourselves in this morning and we've been working on since about 10 o'clock. We have pulled every detective that we have in the city to focus on this case and on Jiraiya, and we're going to find him. Let me be clear, we're going to find him. All right, I'm going to give you a little bit of a timeline of what we have and where we're at and the next steps, what got us here, and as we continue to follow. Before I walked in here, I sat down with, just went out and talked to our detectives, our deputy chief of our investigations, Chief Randall, and we do have some strong leads and some good information that I want to share with this community and what the department's doing. Around, I don't want to say it wrong, so I'm going to refer to some notes here in front of me. The 1300 block of Preakness Drive, Preakness Drive, in the northern part of Newport News. Police department received a phone call around 10:22 this morning of a missing 3-month-old little boy, Jiraiya. He's posted on a screen behind me. At 10:27, the officers responded to the scene and began an immediate investigation. We have sent the initial Amber Alert around 10:11 this afternoon because of information we had. Now, Amber Alert, there are 5 categories that must be met, not a version. All 5 must be met. And in short, we'll make these available to you. We'll be posting on our website, but I want to just touch base. For an Amber Alert to go out, the child must be 17 years of age or younger. The law enforcement agency believes that the missing child is in imminent danger or seriously bodily harm or death. The law enforcement investigation has taken place. The investigation has taken place and verified that the abduction or a limited alternatives explanations. So we have to do an investigation to get some of that information. And I will tell you, we had to find some key individuals to talk to, and it took us a little bit of time to do that, but we have to be thorough. That's important. Sufficient information is available to disseminate to the public that could assist in locating the child, suspect, and vehicle. I want to make sure that we get accurate information. I don't want to have to go back and give different information. I want to get the accurate information out there so we have a good search going forward. And the child must be entered into VCIC, VCIN, VCIN, and NCIC. That is our Virginia database and our national database. That was also done earlier this afternoon. The state police contacted us at one point and said they need a little bit more information. We got them that, and I believe the official Amber Alert went out a little after 5 p.m. this evening. Detectives have been working on this situation, on this case, on this missing 3-year-old, on Jiraiya, since 10:22 this morning. What we have done so far as an agency: we have reached out and touched base with all of our local, federal, and state partners. This has become the top priority for the organization. Everything else has been put on hold until we find Jiraiya. We're utilizing technology. We have done a canine search. We've canvassed the area. We have done a search of the residence. We're obtaining a search warrant, not implicating anyone, just to make sure that we cover all our bases and do steps A, B, and C. We have put the information out on our Nextdoor app with all the individuals that follow us on social media, our Facebook, Twitter, and Ring accounts. We've utilized media. We've reached out to all the media outlets here, and I again appreciate each and every one of you taking the time. I think it shows the strong relationship that you have with this department and our community. And it's vital to get the information out, accurate information out when we can. We have interviewed family members and people in the community, anyone that has any information. The Amber Alert has gone out. It has been entered into, Jiraiya has been entered into NCIC and our VCIN. That's again our national and Virginia databases. Before I sat down here, I met with our assistant chief over the investigations. We do have some strong leads. We have some breaking information. I can't release that right now because I have to verify it. I don't want to put out inaccurate information. Kelly King and our media relations outlet has already posted a media release. I think it covers pretty much what I talked about here. I think that timeline I wanted to establish. The suspect information we have at this time, I'm going to describe Jiraiya a little bit to you. He's a beautiful, beautiful 3-month-old little boy, light complexion and dimples. He's approximately 10 pounds and he has brown hair, and he was last seen wearing a red and white striped onesie with blue pants. If you don't have that information, we've sent that to you, and I want to make sure that that description gets out. That's the last thing that we saw him wearing. The suspect is described as a black female. The information came from sources and family members, and I have to leave it at that for right now because we have some leads developing as we speak. The suspect is described as a black female, approximately 5 foot to 5'6", with dreadlocks to the middle of her back. She was wearing a black face mask with a black jacket. She is approximately 24 years of age and speaks with a slight southern accent. She may be driving a 4-door silver sedan with Virginia license plates. I'm asking our partners, I'm asking our citizens of this city and around the state, if anyone has any information, if anyone has heard anything, saw anything, been told something, if there's been a message sent, whatever it may be, the smallest amount of information, if anyone has any information, I'm asking you to reach out and call the Newport News Police Department Emergency Communication. The area code here is 757-247-2500. Area code 757-247-2500. I want to thank the state police for their quick response, getting the information that they needed. I want to thank the detectives that are working. We're not going home, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to find Jiraiya. I just talked to Jiraiya's uncle a little bit earlier. He's very shaken up, and I understand. Mom is still here talking with detectives. There are individuals in the field. There are individuals in other jurisdictions as we speak, and a full search is going on. We're going to uncover every rock, look beneath every piece of evidence. But the detectives are doing a thorough job. This is the top priority of the Newport News Police Department. I've talked to our city manager. I'm getting ready to, once we finish here, I'm going to call the mayor and brief him. I've talked to several city councilmen to ensure them of where we're at, to keep them updated on what we have going on in this situation. I want to thank the detectives that are working, that have stopped everything else. We are going to find Jiraiya. Let me be clear. We're going to find him. All right? Behind me is a picture of him, and I look forward to seeing him soon. At this point, if anybody has any questions, I'll do the best I can to address them. There may be some case-specific things that I can't release, like I said, because the detectives, just before I walked in here, myself and Chief Creswell went to talk with the detectives and Chief Randall, and we do have some strong leads. Does anybody have any questions?
Do you believe they're still in the area?
I think it is a strong possibility that they're in our state, and I would say right now I do believe that they could be located fairly close in some surrounding or not too far off jurisdictions.
Hey Chief, could you, once again, you said that the Amber Alert obviously went out later.
Yes.
Can you just kind of talk us through the process
Sure.
from your standpoint on what goes in? Because obviously it came in this afternoon and Jiraiya went missing this morning.
So again, there's very, very strict information. And I understand why the state police, why that process is. It's not our first time doing it. It's not the first time that I've experienced with it here in past agencies. The information has to be exact. They don't want to put out information that is inaccurate. And that's why they have 5 clear criteria that all must be met, not a version of 1, 3, and 5, or not 2, 4, and 5. It has to be all 5. And some of the information that they needed to get out that Amber Alert, we did not have. We did not have until we located some individuals and conducted those interviews. That kind of plays into what I'm talking about with the investigation and some leads that we've had coming in. So I know there's been a lot of questions, and I certainly understand it. And I believe that people are starting to get a little frustrated why they didn't see an Amber Alert, because they understand what the top priority is, and they understand by working with this police department what we do and stand for. But we're going to get it right. We're going to do the right thing. And I know what they need for that Amber Alert. The detectives know what they need for it, and I cannot put it out. The state police will not put it out. Law enforcement will not put it out unless we have that criteria met. And there were 2 key issues here that we could not put out until we had the right information. And it was our top priority to get it. We do have it, and again, we sent it, and there was some discrepancy. They sent back to make sure we had the right information. The state police are tremendous partners, and we got that information. We couldn't put it out until we got it in NCIC and VCIN. It was already put out to our media outlets here with a photograph, I believe, of Jiraiya himself. So that was some of the holdup, is we had to get that key information. So I wish in a perfect world at 10:22 we got a call and we can put it out right away, but that's just not the case. There are 5 standards that must be met, and 2 of those 5 we could not meet until we got some key pieces of information. But I want to assure you, and I want to assure our citizens and our residents, right? I want to assure Jiraiya's family. Like I said, I talked to his uncle, and I made the same statement to him. Once we had the information, once we had all 5 elements met, that's when we reached out and put the Amber Alert out.
And if I missed it, forgive me, but
Nope.
what were those 2 elements that needed to be met?
The law enforcement agency believes the missing child is in immediate danger or seriously bodily harm or death. The law enforcement investigation has taken place and verified the abduction or eliminated all alternative explanations. And there were 2 issues that we had to follow up on, some information we received that we could not verify that yet until we conducted that investigation. There is nothing more important than this department takes than the youth of our community, our children. They are a gift. Everything has stopped in this department until we find Jiraiya. And that is my commitment to this community, and this department, the men and women who work here, and we will find him.
Chief Drew, I'm not too sure if you touched on this, but can you confirm, so is the suspect a babysitter, or do we not know that information yet?
We have some information that the individual is a babysitter, that there was contact made, and that's some of the information we had to do to try to verify and find out. So the questions you're asking are very pointed and are very right on. So with some of that information, it does concern me that we don't have a name of that babysitter yet.
Is it because the parents don't know the babysitter, or are they protecting certain information?
So without going in and disrupting any of the leads that we have right now, my top priority is finding Jiraiya. We'll get there, but we are looking for an individual, babysitter, if you will, but I don't have a name, and I should.
Any vehicle descriptions?
Yes, sir. As we stated a little bit earlier, maybe I missed it, my fault. Last, we believe, approximately, what did I say? So, oh, here we go. Maybe driving a 4-door silver sedan with Virginia plates. That's basically all we have with the vehicle.
Is there any surveillance that picked that vehicle up, or suspect pictures that can go out?
If I had it, we could probably send out a picture of some type of 4-door sedan, but I don't have a video, a caption of the exact suspect vehicle, but we can get you a vehicle of what that vehicle looks like for citizens to see if it's something that looks like that, to give us a call. Any other questions?
Do you have local state agencies assisting with this search as well?
Local, state,
Excuse me, state, like bordering neighboring states.
local, our state, right now, our state and our federal partners. So we kind of reached out that way to go with we have an officer assigned to every federal task force that we have. We have a detective assigned to each one of those, and we have already reached out to them. But we have talked to other jurisdictions and are doing so as we speak.
Is there any information on, do you believe, I know we ask this a lot, but is this something that random, or do you believe this is going to end up people have a relationship with the person that did this?
I think you nailed it. I think that there's individuals that are going to have a relationship with this situation. But I want to be clear, our #1 priority is to find Jiraiya. The case will evolve and we'll determine all those other things. Right now, my #1 priority and commitment is to find this beautiful little boy, and that's what we're going to do. Okay? Thank you all for covering this and putting the information out. I'm going to ask our citizens to help me. Those to join us in prayer for his safety and to help us locate him. If you see anything at all, please reach out to us and let us know. I thank you all very much.